Hello, everyone, and welcome. You can sense it through the pageantry, the tradition, the electricity that permeates this place as we get set for a terrific game. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. Fair catch, called for and made. The offense set for a first down play. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
This quarterback is so dangerous, and it looked like the defense had him corralled. It looked like they were ready for him to keep the football, but that quarterback is just too good. He's like a water bug. So good, short area quickness, able to make guys miss and then go get the first.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Zings it complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you, running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
He's got his man. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on, so they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at second and 6. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Quick release on the RPO. Hard running there. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. Excellent situational awareness to make the grab and get just enough of that first down.
And how about the play call? They didn't want to hold on to the football. They wanted to get that thing out of their hand, trust the receiver to make the catch, and then what does he do? Gets the first down, gets out of bounds, new set of downs for this offense.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. On second and goal, he carries again. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll call for the fair catch here. First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. Coming after it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. From the gun, the ground game. At the 35, he's loose. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge all week long they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
Got him downfield. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle.
And it'll be a touchdown. Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he finished things off with a 32-yard run to the house. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. From the gun, the running back has it. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Quickly to the tight end. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. Got his man. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
He wants to throw. Quickly complete. At the 35, he's open. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The give out of the gun. They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Handoff from the shotgun. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
You know, timing is so important in the RPO game, especially on third down. Quarterback and receiver just didn't have it there. Now it's fourth down.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. Between the uprights, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Iowa State is putting on a show offensively, only there's been no real story arc. It's been all Cyclones all day with almost no let-up. They're up 14 over Houston. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Power football with the run. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Quick release by the QB. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. It's complete to the right. Still on his feet at the 45. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Across the 25, he's got room. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again here today in a game where a lot of Heisman Trophy voters, they're watching this one.
Now the toss. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll take it in for a touchdown.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down here for the offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
He'll try to pick it up on the ground. At the 45, on its way. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw, feeling some heat. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Well, when you're throwing these out routes, guys, it's location, location, location. As a QB, you've got to put that out in front of your guy so he can make the catch. You put that behind him, that might be getting picked. Nice job there by the QB.
Fighting off the defender. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. He finds his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And it's a touchdown, puts 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Fair catch, called for and made. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Get it out on the screen. Still running at the 40. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's open on the right. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. And still a few inches short of the sticks as they come to the line for second down. Going to the run, it's Tolzien. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Headed to the end zone. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Going up top on first down. Lets it fly. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
On second down, he'll let it fly. He's got it. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Snap from the gun on third down. Caught close to the marker. It's Morris. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Looking to go up top on first down. Got his man. At midfield, he's got room. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. He's looking to throw it. Spits it out to the back. And the ball is intercepted. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Comes out throwing on first down. He lofts one down the sideline. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Hey, listen, quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On second down, he'll let it fly. Fires and picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
So it's first down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. And this one will be a 57-yard attempt. He'll unleash it from the right hash. One more snap coming before halftime. Now on first down, he's going to sneak it. The offense will quickly use a timeout. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And it is still a 4-point deficit. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Got things teed up and just about ready to go here in the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. The 42-yard field goal that was no good gives them the ball back at the 25-yard line. Going to the run to start this second half. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
At the 29. Second down coming up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Handoff from the gun. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
Picks up 3. Third down coming up.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Fast motion from the offense. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
Now, 4th down.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 4th down, looking to pass. The completion well past the sticks. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Takes the easy completion. And he's in for the touchdown. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. San Jose State looks like it sent the JV squad out there today. An offense that can't move the sticks and a defense that looks disinterested. They're trailing by 21 to Boise State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Got room at the 35. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. He's got 98 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. To the ground. He's got it again.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Makes the catch past the sticks. It's a fumble on the play.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you got to make sure when you get close to the scoring range, take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Going up top. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And listen, there's different degrees of open, but in college football, that's open. When your receiver has a step on the guy, man, those are the ones you feel like you should complete most of the time, and he just overthrew that.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. He's going to pass on 2nd down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this 3rd down? From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. The run from the shotgun. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on 1 time in that loss last week. And now the offense will come onto the field again. He'll start this drive firing. Looking left. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
All right, drops are a part of football. It's a part of offense. What's really important for this quarterback now is to come back to the receiver, even after dropping that ball, to show him that you still got confidence in him and you know it's a long game.
The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. He's looking to throw. Finds the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his second catch so far in this game.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, the quarterback's patient most of the time. That drag route's going to come in.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Using the quick game. Keeps the legs moving. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And that's where quarterbacks, you know, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. The longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Looking to throw on second down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
One possession game. You have got to be able to give your quarterback an opportunity to survey the field. He didn't have it that time. Got hit, affected the accuracy, and it falls incomplete.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got his man on the right. Open space at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Wants to throw on second down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Bounces into the end zone for a touchdown.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. Coming down the stretch in the fourth, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's right on target. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Offense gets set for second down. Leaves it with the back. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. The RPO fire complete to the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
brings up.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Quarterbacks work so hard on those mechanics, but sometimes things start moving fast and they get away from you.
It does, and when you get on that back foot, a lot of times that ball's going to drift, and you're not coming through the target, so you're not putting enough mustard on it to get it to finish through your target and the ball to get there in a hurry. So all those mechanics are things you work on, but you're right. When you put a defense in front of you, it kind of changes that thing.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. The aerial assault continues. It's complete. Finds a crease at the 20. Just trucks through it. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
They'll run the option. Now the pitch. And it's in there for a touchdown.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has showed you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. UAB is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today. They still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by a field goal over Old Dominion. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Outstanding athleticism, but not very efficient on the catch. That's a loss of yardage.
3rd down, man. I think this offense would want to throw it down the field, at least past the sticks. With this defense and their athleticism and speed, they gobbled him up behind the line of scrimmage.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And that pass is intercepted. No one's going to get him. Touchdown. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking 4th down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now this offense is back on the field. Looking to move it through the air. He's going to let it go. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Line getting set on second down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And it's hauled in at the 10. Put the clamps on that ball and strolled into the end zone for a touchdown. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires to the wideout. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
At the 43. Give it up for a first down.
DB's right up on the receivers. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Complete to the left. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He'll just keep slinging it. Looking downfield. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. After the misfire, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Buys a little time. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Now lining up to snap it in the red zone. Wants to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Gets it to the back. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. He's in for the score. Touchdown.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
They give it to him again. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy. And this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high